Welcome to Out of Order. I'm Marcus. I'm gonna be working on this Wrestlemania. Nothing major at all, but I'm gonna change that back glass. I just went through Jurassic Park and Deadpool. What I'm doing is I'm blocking off the coin slots with Suzo Hap official slots. I'll show you guys that in a second. It is absolutely brutal to get the whole coin. It's not the coin mech, but it's like the thing that holds the coin mech in place. You have to remove that and then insert this little insert that blocks the coin from going in. It's crazy. And then I'm hooking up our cashless system and then changing the locks to be my own lock. Anyway, it's been interesting figuring this out. But with Wrestlemania, it's a pretty cool game. It's actually pretty weird, especially when you get up into the ring there. It's got this weird mechanic where the ball gets up in here, and whenever you hit your flippers, it actually like hits the switch there, and it'll like shoot out the rings, the rubber rings. So it'll I don't know, it's kind of interesting, but it's a little gimmicky. I do like this game. I think the playfield is actually really good. They made a premium or a limited edition that was actually like vintage, which is way cooler. I think it's from like 2014. Anyway, this back glass, I'm just not into it. So I ended up getting a Divas official Stern. So Stern did this thing where they sold an alternative back glass, and it was not very many were made, I guess. I don't know, but I was able to get one, and the one I was able to get was kind of a scratch and dent, you know. But I'm gonna put that in, and then I'm gonna actually probably swap out some of these.
You think this guy hit the flippers? It's a few clowns short of a circus.
I'm gonna swap out some of these rubber rings as well, because they're kind of toasted, and I've got a new ring kit. Let's do it. So this is the back of it. You just have to pop off these little kind of clips that go along the top, but putting them back on is actually kind of a pain. So I do have this little guitar pick looking thing, which will help. So let's go ahead and do that. So it is glued on, so all I'm doing is just like, it's super sticky, so basically just going through it like that, and I'll pop it all off. And then the new one hopefully won't have any glue on it. I don't really care if it has a little bit of glue, but it's pretty excessive. So that one came off pretty good. Here's the new one, which is really funny, but yeah, it's official Stern. It's kind of rare. So, I don't know, it changes the whole vibe of the pinball game though, that's for sure. So, it's not the best shape. It's got some serious creases. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get it to attach properly. And hopefully it doesn't give me too much of a hard time. Alright, it's now placed in there. That was actually way easier to put it in than to take the other one out. So let's see what it looks like in the game. This is hilarious. Oh my god. Look at that, dude. So funny. It looks really good. It's surprising. I thought it was gonna look horrible because it had all these creases. You can't even see the creases. Wow. So that transforms that game. I mean, holy crap. Yeah, I gotta put some new rubbers on this thing though. Not all over, but just mostly up there. It's just, God, they're thrashed. So I'm back. Next day. I'm actually diving in. And the rubbers on this are actually pretty elaborate. So I'll show you guys some playfield shots. I really dig the Divas. It's total Divas, actually. So cool, it's official. I love that. Limited numbers. I don't even know how many were made. Anyway, I'm having a beer. I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like here. So what I'll do is I'll flip the camera around and then show you the play field, show you some of the rubbers that I'm replacing with the silicone ones. So those are really good, the Titan pinball. So they last a long time compared to the other ones. So anyway, let's check it out. One thing too is I got the back glass nice and, or the translite art nice and cleaned up. Couple spots here and there I couldn't really touch up, but there was this like black crap on the back, so I wiped that all off. And yeah, it looks really good. And anyway, so here we go. So I've got the ring I'm working on right now. So right here, there's 3 rings on this side, three rings here. And I'm gonna replace those with red, white, and blue. And then I've got one back here and one over there. So I'll replace those if I can get to them easy. Actually may pass on that, depending. Actually, these seem okay. They might be, those actually might be silicone. These are trashed. These are trashed. So anyway, I'll see how hard it is, but I'm definitely gonna take that and replace those. And then I actually dismantled this a little bit so I can get to these, and I'll just swap out anything that I can. Black rubbers, I guess, last longer, so that's cool. But still, I'll replace these if I think I have. I'll show you guys the kit I have, and then I'll replace that one. I don't know, any that are easy to do, I'll just do now, like little bump posts and stuff like that. I'm not going to do a full kit on it, but like all these back here, if I have those, I'll do those. There's also some plastics. I'll show you guys here. So these are the ring kits that I have laid out. So let's see. So I've got 4 of the reds, 2 blue, 2 whites. Those are for the actual ring. And then these are all like miscellaneous things, you know, so like the posts. But check this out. We've got some plastics that were inside, and including a ring, an actual ring that like snaps together. I don't know where this ring's supposed to go. It like interlocks with itself. So I'm gonna see if I can figure that out. And then this, like these 4 guys, the rock, I think they're supposed to protect this optic sensor right here. I don't think that's supposed to be exposed. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to go there like that. But I don't know how it's supposed to mount on there, so I have to like figure that out. My guess is it's supposed to protect that, but maybe, and then same thing over here. I think you're supposed to put another dude there. It seems a little weird, and like this could also go here. I mean, this is a little gate, but I'm just not sure what's supposed to mount on this area. So I'm gonna have to look up some pictures, see if I can get it figured out. All in all, this is a pretty obnoxious game. They did make a premium, or a LE, I guess, a limited edition model of this, where it's got Hulk Hogan, and the whole playfield is like, you know, WWF style. So I think that's way cooler. I mean, this is WWF still, I guess, but you know what I mean, the vintage wrestling, and that would be way more cool and up my alley. But whatever, I'm just gonna swap out what I can, make it look cool, call it good. So I'm trying to get to the rings that are right here, and I can almost replace them without moving this. There were 2 screws on top here that I removed, and it's more flexible. But it's interesting because whenever you do ring kits, you end up having to like take crazy amounts of the playfield off to get to some of them. And I'm not trying to do everything, but I do think that it'd be cool if I could swap those, even though they do appear to be okay. So I don't know, I might try. But anyway, I pulled this back, and the piece is moving back here. It's kind of hard to see. Here's my hand. So here's that plate that it's on. It's still kind of cool though to see how this thing operates. I love this stuff. Honestly, like, I love seeing, especially like how the ramps underneath operate. It's like one of the coolest things to me. It reminds me of back in the day when Sesame Street had that pinball thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I just love that shit. It also kind of reminds me of like the old, I don't know, like bowling alleys, you know, like what's going on behind the scenes. Anyway, so the ring kit's looking really good right now. Also, this is what I pulled out of here. And dude, like some of these are just fried. Like they were like stuck. They wouldn't even come off the posts. Some of them are okay, but still pretty toast. And then I went ahead and did the plunger tip. And then these rings are actually silicone for the flippers. And they're translucent. They're kind of cool, but I'm just going to save those for an emergency. So those are definitely worth keeping. But I replaced them with the red ones. So anyway, let's continue. I'll see if I can get those rings off without taking that further, because it'll be a pain in the ass. Yeah, this is super tight, but what I did was I just loosened up. Actually, I loosened up this side of the front ramp over here on the right lane, and then I removed this one, and that freed up a little bit of wiggle room. And then I was able to lift this up. It's kind of resting on the optic, but I don't think it's damaging anything. And it did lift high enough to where I was able to replace these, which is cool because they're color coded. And then I got to put the red one on, which will be really tight. But look how tight this is under there. So that's tight. And then I got to do the right side over here, which having it propped up like that seems to work. So I'm going to just keep going. So I think this is looking really cool. I was able to get them on there. It was a pain in the ass, but what it was is that this did tilt back a little bit after I loosened the ramp, so that was cool. I did run my thumb along this sharp aluminum edge and sliced my thumb open, so that was pretty rad. Having a little bit of a hard time grabbing stuff now, but you know, hey, whatever, it's fine. Just put pressure on it, you know? So now I'm doing these ring post things and trying to decipher what this ring kit came with, but I think I got it figured out. It's pretty much red, white, and blue. All crazy up there. I still haven't figured out what to do about protecting the optos, so I'm gonna have to see how that's supposed to work. It might just be held in by one screw or 2 screws. I don't know. Anyway, I thought I'd show you guys an update though, because it looks good. I think it looks like, look how cool that looks. And I like how it looks kind of more vintage, you know? It looks like the more vintage ring. And then down here, I got these swapped to red. And then right here, that looks pretty cool too. So all in all, we're getting there. Still figuring out some stuff. And the kit isn't quite right. Like some of the stuff isn't gonna fit, so I'm not really sure what I'm doing with that, but we'll figure it out. So I pretty much have it all done, or close anyway. So all of the rubbers have been replaced. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do them, and then I just kept going. But there's this one in the back, which I'm showing you right now. It's that blue one, and that one's looped in correctly, but what you have to do is actually like, you can't remove those posts from the top. Like, you'll never get the ring around that post without moving that upper playfield. So without doing all that, they did make it accessible from the bottom. So what you do is you remove the left and right, and you'll see there's a post on the right, which I have over here. So you remove one of those, you take the old one off, and then you loop the new one around the middle, and you put the left one back on, which I just did. On the other side, you can see right here on the back, there's 3 of these. So 1, 2, 3.
So basically this one in the middle you leave on. I swapped this one out, and now I'm gonna try and put the other post in and put it through here and then attach the nut on it. So pretty wild to just replace that. But you know, I mean, seriously, these have not been replaced. Like, at least that one I don't think has been replaced since this thing was out. So it's you know, had some serious play. I mean, I'll show you guys a better shot of all the rubbers that I replaced. I know I showed you some, but I just went ahead and did the smaller ones too, and like the other ones. And anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. So I got it through there. Look at how barely it's just hanging in. I mean, it's like, it was so hard. Plus these Titan rings, man, they're pretty tight. So you can see how it's just kind of barely holding on. So now I gotta push it through with the screwdriver and then attach it. But that's it. So, oh man, what a brutal ring that was. All right, I'm done. Wow, that was insane. But hey, I think it's worth it. It's insanely patriotic. So here's all the old rings. Just a mess of them, man. And like, dude, some of these are just so nasty. Like, I mean, my hands are like, well, I washed them, but they were there. That one's kind of bad. Anyway, they're just gross, dude. Like, look at that. Ugh. So yeah, and then this is the one that came off that middle section. It's like fried. So I'm glad I did it. And then over here, not this one, but these two are spares. And so is this bag. So I think I got everything. I don't know what I'm missing, but also what's interesting is these guys, all these characters, are actually from the limited edition model. And I don't know what this ring is, but this ring, I don't know what that is. That might not be part of it, I don't know. But these are definitely from the limited edition one that I was talking about. And there's nowhere to attach them because you actually need like a bracket that holds them, like right here, for example. So it would like attach onto like a little L-shaped bracket. So I don't know if I'll get those or not because whatever, but it would be cool. But let's take a look at the play field. I haven't waxed it, so I will do that next. But yeah, so start here. We got the new Titan silicone flippers, and then it goes red, white, and blue on the sides there, like the alleys, or the, can't even think what that's called. The slingshots are red. And then if you go up here, I went ahead and did red on all those. So those are good. Up here, it goes red and then purple back here, which is pretty cool looking. And then purple here. I guess that's Kane, right? I think that's Kane. I'm not really as much into new wrestling, even though I know that's still like old. And then there's some purple there, which I think looks cool. I added a purple over here. The whole play field was purple. So there are mirror blades on this, which is pretty nice. They need to be polished. Over here, Big Show. I got him as red. So, and then yeah, this slingshot is also red. So that's kind of the lower play field. And then if we get up here, it kind of is nuts, but back in here, that one is crazy. Check that out. So that's red. This center area, that's red.
Hey, Cole, you think this guy hitting the flippers is a few clowns short of a circus?
Oh, come on. Is that Jim Cornette? Okay, so then I got black up here, another black there, and then in there, oh my God, you can see it way down there. There's the blue. I don't know if I can get a better shot, man. It's so crazy far in there. There it is. It's right there. That blue one was insane. That's the one that I was showing you guys. And then right on top, there's a little white bumper that I put on. And then, yeah, I have a few more. So there's a purple one. This one actually looks like it's sitting a little weird. There we go. There's the purple there. And then red on that post. I did red on that post. And let's see. Found a spot here that didn't have anything, so I put that black one on there, just kind of hidden. And then the ring, which I showed you guys, but I think that that looks really cool. So again, red, white, and blue. And then up here, again, red, white, and blue. Super cool. So yeah, these Optos, I think it will be cool to like mount one of those dudes up here, but I got to get the right L-shaped brackets to do that. So anyway, yeah, that's it, man. It was a couple hours doing it, but it's set up. So that is it, Divas. I'll go ahead and hit play.
Welcome to Wrestlemania!
It's awesome, and it's actually cool how you can change your characters, and it changes the songs too.
The Rock! What the Rock?
It's pretty cool.
Daniel Bryan!
I literally don't even know who that guy is. I have no idea. I know these other guys.
John Cena!
I'm gonna just show you how the ring works. Check this out. Oh. So hard to do one-handed.
There it is! The people's elbow!
Alright, well that wasn't the best. But yeah, basically it's pretty rad.
He's climbing the ladder! Good suplex!
What you actually have to do is get it in here.
1, 2, 3! The Rock has done it!
And then keep going. So I thought I was done with Total Divas, but started throwing up some switch airs. So I found the problem. I just thought I'd share it because it's pretty cool that, you know, this is how you can find problems. So basically, it's telling me switch test, right? Well, I'm in the switch test. Let me get out of there. Okay. So you can see tech alert. Check switch 26 right ring. And then check switch 25 left ring, right? So, and then if you go into the actual switch matrix, you'll see, you know, this thing come up, which is the Spike 1 system from Stern. So anyway, as you trigger things, like I'll trigger this optic right here, you can see that blinking light right there. So that's kind of how you just figure out what's going on. You can also look at the manual and see what switch is what. Here's another switch, just right. So I'm just like touching this. So that's how you can find stuff. Anyway, where it is in the ring, the slingshots. They ain't doing shit. So this one doesn't do anything either. And what, you know how you can tell on this game, the flippers still work there. And you really wouldn't know, except the scoring isn't right. And then there's like this strange sound effect that happens. Like it's like the crowd roaring, but it just goes nuts. Anyway, so if we go over here, here's the underside of the two ring sort of, the coils right here. And then the leaf switches. So there's one there, right? And I feel like, I don't know if there's just one. Looks like there's just one on each. But anyway, over here on the right side, it's kind of hard to see, but the wires are just like ripped off of this thing. Like, look, they're not even, they just like broke off. So I've got to fix that. So I'm gonna resolder them on. I'm gonna figure out where they're supposed to go, because actually I'm not 100% sure, so I gotta figure that out. But then I'm gonna solder them together and hopefully get a better connection that lasts a little longer than that. Like I said, this is an old game, and you know, like in moving this thing, like, you know, just like even propping this up like that, like stuff happens, you know, you never know, like if you're kind of rough on the play field. In this case, this harness right here does have a lot of weight, and so it could just slowly pull on that, you know. Plus those things are really crazy active, you know, I mean, they're just popping left and right. So anyway, let me solder that back together and then we'll see what the switch test looks like. Okay, so I went ahead and soldered it back together. Whoops, hit the flipper. So right in here, kind of a mess, you know, but one of the posts was actually busted off. So, you know, whatever. It's not beautiful. I'm gonna get in and zoom in on that ugly mess, but it's totally secured. So, I think it'll last a little longer. Yeah, they're on there pretty good. And also, I did cut one of these, like, twist ties that was tugging on it. So this is a little bit looser. And so now if we go over here to the switch test, also I rebooted and I didn't have any errors. But here we go. So this is the left and the right. So we are good. Not too bad. Honestly, these switch test matrix where you can do this is like the easiest thing in the world to track down stuff. For me though, I still I always have problems with like getting the weird mechanical areas, you know, like, I mean, every pinball game has like some feature where something is like out of reach, you know, and they're accessible, but still not like, you know, not like up here down on the main play field. So anyway, there you go, little update video. Put the glass back on it. It's definitely not my favorite game, but I think it's pretty spiffy. I really like the look of the ring, man. Like, honestly, that other ring was so stupid looking to me, so yeah. Anyway, good looking game for being, you know, kind of like a letdown, but God, the John Cena thing was driving me crazy, so I think it looks pretty cool. And you know what else is cool? Is this machine has speaker LEDs. All right, well, that's gonna, whoa, calm down, Divas. That's gonna do it for me, man. It was cool working that one over. Oh my God, it's a little loud. Jesus Christ. Anyway, until next time, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna keep that shit retro. I'm playing WWE Divas later on.